Hey Station, Cheyenne Ortiz here, and welcome to another edition of Overdrive as we continue to cover the road to CrossRoads 12, the pinnacle event and American Championship Entertainment right here at the Morgan Jr. Arena on Saturday, November the 5th, 67 Hathaway Street, Wallington, New Jersey. As I promised you, big-time main event. The tag team titles are on the line as William Wyeth and Alvin Alvarez have finally been granted their rematch by Ace Management. They will be taking on the current champions, the team that defeated them, the American PowerHouse, in Astro Morales and Adam Payne. But to kick things off this week, it's part one of my sit-down interview with your reigning and defending Ace Heavyweight Champion, TJ Marconi. Never at a loss for words, this interview is no exception. He's at his most candid, his most vulnerable, and his most honest. We journeyed back to the beginning of his title reign, all the way up to now, into that huge fatal four-way matchup that's going to main event this year's CrossRoads, when TJ Marconi defends the Ace Heavyweight title against Dan Moff, Crowbar, and Mario Bocata in a four-way matchup. History will be made one way or another. If Dan Moff can win the title, he'll be the first ever three-time Ace Heavyweight Champion. If Mario Bocata can win the title, he'll be the first man to win the title under two different personalities, as he was formerly Mo Sexton. And what about if Crowbar wins? Crowbar, a man who's been rubbing shoulders with some of the biggest names in our industry, if he wins the Ace Heavyweight title, it'll be his first heavyweight title on the independent scene. But let's not count out the champion, because if Mr. Marconi can send three men to the boot party in one night, then there is no argument. He will, in fact, be the greatest Ace Heavyweight Champion of all time. That and a litany of other topics are discussed in my interview. Let's take it to part one right now. It's me and the champion, TJ Marconi. Ace Nation, joining me at this time, the man himself, the Ace Heavyweight Champion, the Blue-Eyed Devil, Mr. Good Times Only, TJ Marconi. And I have to address this right away. You've been looking very disgruntled these days.
Why would you say that?
Well, let's talk about the ups and the downs you've had this year in Ace. 400 plus days as Ace Heavyweight Champion between two reigns, I just have to add, okay? But lately, you've been on some murky waters in terms of your victories.
I don't know. I think I've beaten everyone there is to beat here.
Some of those victories are questionable, Mr. Marconi. I keep addressing that.
A victory is a victory, Cheyenne. Are you talking about at Rise to Power when I was defeated in a tag team match? I don't know.
I wouldn't find that questionable. You were clearly defeated.
Okay, but this is still with me. This is the most prestigious thing on independent wrestling today. I can lose as long as I have this. I go home happy, not disgruntled.
Well, let's take you back a bit. Let's go to what may have been the first in the domino effect for you. The return of Danny Moff. He had some very choice words about you, your reign, your era. He called you a pendejo.
See, I don't speak Spanish. That's first of all.
It's not a nice word.
When Dan Moff returned, it did kind of open up my eyes a little bit, because I do agree with him on one point. There's nobody in the locker room that is hungry and wants this as much as me. See, Danny said the old era, the old building, Sip Street, they were different. I'm different. I would have survived. I would have thrived in that old.
Welcome back, Ace Nation. That's just part one of my interview with Marconi. As you can see, the confidence is turning into boulders of sweat coming down the brow of the Ace Heavyweight Champion. The boot party leader is not at a loss for words, and we will continue with the interview later on in this telecast. Let's take you now to our main event this week on Overdrive. The American PowerHouse is set to take on William Wyeth and Alvin Alvarez. They defeated that said tandem months ago to become the Ace Tag Team Champions, and Wyeth and Alvarez have been more poignant than a band of Kiss groupies at a concert. They have been demanding this rematch. Ace Management has granted to them. It's this week's main event on Overdrive. Who will be the tag team champions going into CrossRoads 12? We're fixing to find out. It's main event time on Overdrive.
Wyeth is known for getting inside the head of his opponents.
Do you feel this atmosphere, Mikey D? You can cut it with a knife.
Definitely. Looks like it's going to be.
What is this? You can clearly tell who's voting for Donald Trump.
You know, to be fair, I would check the beard.
This crowd is raucous.
Adam Payne, a decorated war hero. Oh, and they're going. Ring the bell. Here it goes. Running right into the chop.
Adam Payne going right to that arm wringer. Up and over. Whoa!
Oh my God!
Arm buster!
Going for a cross-arm breaker, but in the ring.
Adam Payne may be American, but he just got Ichiban on Alvin Alvarez.
Picking him back up.
No time here. Look at Look at how effortless for Adam Payne.
Speaking of effortless, look at Astro.
Eat the American sidewalk.
Bell elbow off the top.
And the powerhouse elbow. One. This is incredible. What an atmosphere. You guys, you are missing out of the Morgan Jr. Arena. This is what it's all about right here as Astro Morales goes back to work on the arm of the absolute A-lister.
Alvin trying to power the powerhouse back, but Astro easily pushing him back.
And there's he
the
goes.
tag.
Here comes the conscious. Here comes the conscious right here.
One of the most decorated men in the locker room. Unfortunately, running right into those straight rights, the clubbing blows of Astro.
Wyeth bails out as soon as he sees the Great Wall, El Jefe in hot pursuit. Look at this Payne. He's not even a man. He's a mountain.
I tell you what, if I was an insurgent in Afghanistan and I saw Payne coming at me, I'd give up.
Absolutely. I have it on good authority that there were sand spiders that went the other way when Adam Payne came to town. Not just Diane Sawyer goes to Afghanistan to get the scoop. I just want you to know that.
Wyeth going for a standing side headlock on his tippy toes, easily getting shrugged off. And a single left shoulder shrugging Wyeth to the ground.
Adam Payne says thanks for the snack. Wyeth dropped down.
Oh!
Huge knee buster. Side step.
Knee right to the kidney. Knee right to the kidney.
Alvarez with the Rougeau kick.
Payne, meanwhile, just getting picked apart now in the corner.
Wyeth so rude, so disrespectful.
Reversal. Went full power, but caught a foot right to the face. Wyeth on the second. Oh, who's done?
Like a small child.
Oh!
That could be Wyeth's scarlet letter right there. As Payne countered to the power slam. And now the tag. And Wyeth and Astro have been feuding since they met.
This goes back to singles competition over a year ago between these two.
Beg your pardon, Alvin, cover. Great position by Shady.
Alvin slow to get up. But moves out of the way.
Did you see the shoulder hit that ring post?
The right shoulder went right into the ring post.
These two have not gotten along ever.
And the knee.
Wyeth with that high knee.
Wyeth coming right across with the knee.
Astro just crumbles down.
You can say it was a cheap shot, but titles are on the line.
And we all know how much they want it back. Wyeth said number 7 on the way out. Front face lock now by #Absolute.
Alvin could be thinking suplex. Powers him over.
Lateral press. You know, I gotta admit, it may be safe to say that nobody in the locker room as an opponent knows Astro the way that Alvin does. It's unprecedented.
And he's fish hooking him. Fish hooking him right in front of Shady. A double "you suck" chant happening now.
A W suck chant.
Oh, straight punt kick right to the sternum. Dropping a knee right to the temple.
1.
Wyeth using those knees effectively.
Once again with a lateral press.
And he's doing a smart thing too. He's getting a straight shot in and then going for a cover, making Astro expend a lot more energy to kick out. Big clubs right across the shoulders.
Wyeth now. Wyeth is trying to get a tag with a foot. Come on now. He knows better than that. Tag team offense here.
Oh, gutbuster. Wyeth just dropping Astro onto the knee. Now a cover.
One. Shady again, tight positioning. Knows what's at stake here, and we're talking the tag team titles. And Alvarez spits at the Great Wall.
And Payne. Notice that Payne did not move. He didn't flinch.
Look at this, look at this. Total advantage now. Playing mind games with the referee. And what if the complexion of CrossRoads changed? What if Wyeth and Alvarez are the tag team champions?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, they're going to have to defend in some point, you'd think, at CrossRoads, whoever wins this match, but they also have to worry about that chance of a lifetime. You know, at CrossRoads, you could be a champion, go through a hell of a match and retain, and still find a way to lose the belt if whoever wins the Rumble cashes in.
That's right. This crowd is raucous for Astro Morales.
Astro back up to his feet.
Whoa!
Them's fighting words where I come from.
Absolutely, and you are from Jersey, and guess where we are? Ducks it.
Ducking again, full power straight. Oh, double clothesline. Both men down, center of the ring. Could be an opening. Could be the chance that Astro needs to make that tag.
Both men on their half of the ring. Jumping tag. Wyeth, Payne, both the legal man. Oh, no!
Belly to belly!
Jesus!
Oh, good
Big
Lord.
battering ram. Oh! Judogatagi. Payne now's got him up. High scoop
power.
slam. 1, 2, the champions are going to retain now.
Straight Saito kick to the side of the head.
Oh, right now to the kneecap. Oh, to the chin.
The shoulders, just powering him back. Here comes some classic Morales.
Sidestepping.
Put the brakes on, was not going to go through this time. Oh God!
Sambo!
Senton!
Shady's got to get control, man. All four are in the ring now. Astro rolls out. Alvarez and Wyeth going to take advantage. No!
Oh, no. Payne. Went for a double choke slam, though.
Both men going down to the legs. Front face lock. Could be time. Bright lights. Big city.
Oh, my God. They connected.
New champions.
They connected.
New champions. Whoa.
Somewhere.
You want to talk about a near fall? That was it. Wyeth is apoplectic.
Adam Payne, technically still in his rookie year, does not want to go into CrossRoads without his title. The USA chant.
I think they're going to go for it again. No.
Oh my God. Could be choke slam.
Big time. The wall's got the cover. 1, 2. No.
I thought that was it.
So did I. The timekeeper had the hammer in hand. Astro's back on the apron. Tag is made. Alvin begging for mercy.
Oh. Went for a cheap shot, but caught a knee for his troubles.
Could it be time? Clanging and banging, it could be it.
Oh, an assisted powerbomb!
Whoa! This place is raucous, and still your tag team champions, the American Powerhouse.
Getting the big 1, 2, 3, but Shady could have just counted to 20. American Powerhouse will go to CrossRoads with the title.
It would appear as if the only team rock and rolling all night and partying every day is in fact the American Powerhouse. Wyeth and Alvarez had to succumb to some clanging and banging at the hands of the tag team champions, which are now Morales and Payne. Still, let's talk about Adam Payne, arguably the most improved wrestler this year on the Ace roster, and Morales continues to get better and better by the day. But this year, Chance of a Lifetime Rumble at CrossRoads 12 goes back to the tag team division, where the winning team will take on American Powerhouse that same night. Powerhouse has the advantage where they will only have to compete once, but the winning team has to compete twice. Teams are going to include the King's Court, Ultimo Maya and Prince Hakanan, the Duke Boys, and the Midnight Sensations. What?
Seems like just where you're wrong. It's not 4 tag teams on the Chance of a Lifetime Crossroads. It is 5. You know why? Because like this time was appeared will be at Crossroads 12.
Okay, I guess Prophet had something that I didn't know about. You can now include the DOF, the Disciples of Fear, in this year's Chance of a Lifetime Rumble, where again, the winners will be granted that same night a tag team title opportunity at the American Powerhouse. Moving on now back to CrossRoads 12, right here November the 5th. Let's take you now to part 2 of my interview with TJ Marconi. Now, a little bit of a spoiler alert here. You saw the confidence that was exuding out of him in the beginning. It's going to turn into a little bit of a timidness, a little coy. Marconi's going to be gingerly treading water here. As you can see, he's starting to realize perhaps maybe there is finality in his reign. We're bet to find out. I'm going to be asking the toughest of all questions against TJ Marconi, part 2 of the sit-down interview right here, right now, on Overdrive.
Old building. Why do you think they're all coming out of the woodwork now to come after me? As I've defeated everybody.
That's a harsh statement, Mr. Marconi.
It's harsh. They're all coming out. Mario, Muff, Crowbar all of a sudden wants to become a champion. After all this time, when the guy on top is something prestigious, dare I say regal, it makes those wolves hungry. The wolves here are not on my level. Back in Sip Street, they might have been. And that's why they're all coming back. They want to see the very best, the greatest Ace Heavyweight Champion if they can go toe-to-toe with me. I've beaten over 19 people. 19. I don't care about days. I don't care about reigns. I have won 19 matches. And I am still the champion. I watched Dan Moff. I watched Mario when I was trying to become a professional wrestler. I saw the fire and the hunger you needed to become a champion, to become the greatest. And I took that lesson. I took the lessons of my trainer, a man that I beat, Magic. And I use that today. I don't just talk the talk, Cheyenne. I back it up. I bring the guys that were hungry in Sip Street, and I make them want to come back here and fight because they're gladiators like me, and they want to see if they could come at me. They can't. I have proven it time and time again, and I'm going to prove it at the biggest show of the year, CrossRoads 12.
However, all excellent points. I have to give you that, Mr. Marconi. But some would say when you became the Ace Heavyweight Champion for the first time, you had a profound charisma, an arrogance, a confidence, Some say now you're borderlining paranoia and going into this history-making match at CrossRoads. Why wouldn't you? You don't have to be pinned to lose your title. You're in a four-way matchup. History will be made. It's either Dan Moff will become the first ever three-time Ace Heavyweight Champion. Crowbar will become Heavyweight Champion for the first time in his illustrious career. Mario Bocana could possibly be the first man here in Ace to be Heavyweight Champion under two different personas. And then there's you. This is the victory that you need to cement your legacy.
Well, first of all, I think the whole Fatal 4-Way aspect is definitely unfair, and I might have to see if we can do something about that. If I'm going to say I'm the greatest champion, then I'm going to beat all three of them. Because I am the greatest champion. I beat everybody there is to beat. Former WWE talent, former NXT talent, current Lucha Underground talent, the best the independents have to offer. This entire locker room. I've even beaten Dan Moff. Cheyenne, when I won this in July of 2015, you came and found me in the parking lot, and I told you that I was going to make this title the number one thing on the independent scene, that I was going to be the greatest champion to ever hold this title. And have I not backed that up?
That I have to certainly agree with. You have.
Thank you.
That you certainly have. But let me address your latest challenger in the man from Croatia, Mario Bocana, making his return here in Ace under a new persona. Once known as Mo Sexton, has now gone to his roots, to his native Croatia, and now known as the Croatian fighting machine in Mario Bocana, the most intense, arguably, of all your challengers.
I'm going to give the devil, actually no, I'm the devil. I'm going to give the dog his due. Mario Bocana is definitely intense. And I'm going to have to do my homework on him because honestly, I don't know much about him, his new intensity. I know a lot about his old, but I don't know about the new. And I do, and I think he did the right thing. If you're going to come into a company, if you're going to debut, if you're going to come back, you go after the top dog. You don't start at the bottom. You go for its head. You go for the crown. Mario, I do not know him. But come CrossRoads 12, he's going to know me.
Are you confident that this is the only victory that you need to cement the claim that you've had since the beginning, that you are the greatest Ace Heavyweight Champion of all time?
I think the argument is already done. But for guys like you, for guys like Moff, hell, for Mike Morgan himself, when I win the main event of CrossRoads 12, there's going to be no argument any longer that TJ Marconi is the greatest Ace Heavyweight Champion of all time.
There you have it, Ace Nation. As per usual, exuding confidence, the Ace Heavyweight Champion, CrossRoads 12. History will be made right here at the Morgan Junior Arena, November the 5th. The four-way matchup for that title right there. Will it still be in this man's hands? We're going to find out come November the 5th. More action right here. Ace Nation, like I've been saying, history will be made one way or another, but Marconi says that this is not the victory he needs. This is a victory that will only further prove the point that he's been making across 400 plus days between two title reigns. Maybe Marconi is already the greatest Ace Heavyweight Champion of all time after all. But his other three challengers have something else to say about that. The only way to find out who is in fact going to make history is by being here on November the 5th, right here at the Morgan Junior Arena, 67 Hathaway Street, Wallington, New Jersey. Tickets are in fact still available at aceprowrestling.com on our website. And of course, you can always follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all forms of social media. In addition to that blockbuster main event, as I alluded to, the Chance of a Lifetime Rumble will be returning where the winning team faces the tag team champions that same night. You want more title action? The Diamond Division title is on the line as Anthony Gangone is looking to snap that title away from Ricky Reyes once and for all. The Fight for Flight title will be featured as Jesse Vane will be defending against Sebastian Cage and Sonny Kiss. The Jurassic Juggernaut, Vince Steele, has his eyes set with Mr. Mustafa, his new representation, might I add, at ringside against the Devil's Outlaw, the Beast of Brutality Stockade, and best friends, better enemies, the dog collar match. It's Anthony FMB Ramirez taking on the 5'9", chuckle behind Jamal Jackson. All this and so much more at CrossRoads. It is in fact the pinnacle event for American Championship Entertainment. History will be made one way or another. You have no choice but to be here at the Morgan Junior Arena come November the 5th. And of course, I'll be calling all the action. That's it for this week's Overdrive. More action next week. We will continue to cover CrossRoads 12 coming into November the 5th. Cheyenne Ortiz, when you want all the action, kick it into Overdrive.